Hi everyone, it's Tammy coming from Worthy, Worth It, and Priceless, and today we're just going to talk about being yourself, basically being an individual and expressing yourself and not being afraid to. I had really I used to have long hair. When I was younger, I had super long hair, all of that, and as I got older, I just couldn't take care of it. I had like a bad perm at a young age, and ever since I was trying to grow it back, and then it got to the point where I got to the natural state. I got tired of wigs, weaves. Like, I always changed my hair up so much, but then I got to the point where I was tired of doing all of those things, and I went natural. And I went bald. And the first time I actually went bald, it was okay. Like, I didn't keep it for that long. It just wasn't for me or I believed that it wasn't for me. And it was a shock to me. Like, I couldn't deal with everyone just staring at me all the time. Like, I did get compliments. They were like, oh, you look nice and, being bald or whatever. But it was just like a shock. Everybody's, looking at you weird or whatever. And I really didn't get a chance to enjoy it like I should have. So I grew it back, just basically because I was tired of it. But then when I grew back my hair, I realized that I liked myself, or, at the time I liked being bald. It was better for me and everything. So lo and behold, I went bald again. And it was just like this thing. I kept growing my hair back, cutting it back off, growing it back, and then I got to a point and I was like, you know what? I like my hair bald. I love being bald. I'm going to be bald, and I did it. And I did it for myself. I didn't do it for anyone else, and I enjoyed it. And it was a liberating thing for me. It wasn't to the point that I was always worried about what somebody else thought or somebody else said or anything like that. When I actually did it for myself, I felt better. Being bald isn't for everyone. Natural, whatever. It's just not for everyone. But you have to do it for yourself. And a funny part of the story is, like I like I said, I changed my hair a lot. I'm a Gemini. I change like this. It's crazy. So, but I finally, when I went to the wigs, I started wearing wigs after a while because my hair just, I wanted hair, but it takes too long to grow it back. So, I finally found a wig or whatever that I like, and I was, still going through the transition of wearing my hair, wearing wigs or whatever. So anyway, I was at a friend's house and with his mom, and we're just sitting there and we're just talking, and it's like, they're like, oh, I really like that wig, that wig just suits you. Tammy, you need to keep that wig. So somehow it got into this whole thing about how much I changed my hair, how much this, that, and the third. And I was like, so I'm telling her, I'm like, listen, how I wear my hair does not affect you. It doesn't affect you. It's not going to make you live any longer, any shorter, whether I have my hair bald, half hair, or whatever. Because, like I said, they kept saying, oh, you change your hair up so much, whatever. So he's like, well, you're confusing my son. And it's like, okay, for argument's sake, yes, I will admit I was confusing his son. Mind you, his son at the time was like 1. So, okay, I came over there and I was bald, as I said. I was bald one day. The next day I came over there, I had hair. So his son, he recognized my face, so he came to me. But he just kept staring at me. Like, I don't think he really got that it was me. So he got down and just ignored me or whatever. So I went into his room and I took off my wig, and then he started, he just warmed up. But then he started looking at me and look at the wig, look at me and look at the wig, and it was like, it was just confusing the hell out of him. So yes, I did confuse his son. But you know how men are, like, they just can't stop. So he just still saying, well, I mean, just basic, like, I'm still, like, she's telling him, Tammy, that's Tammy. She's passionate about her hair, that's what she does and all this. But he's still not getting the point. And I'm still saying, like, listen, how I wear my hair does not affect you. It doesn't affect you at all. But as you know how men are, he just goes into this whole big old thing. Oh, well, you know what? It does affect me, and it is going to shorten my life because it's going to give me a heart attack. And I'm like, what? Okay. Okay. I was like, all right, whatever. I tried to hold it down for us women. I tried to keep hope alive, but child, it wasn't going. When he went to the heart attack thing, I was like, oh my goodness. But heart attacks are not a laughing matter, but at that time it was funny. So, and then, but just keep going with the whole thing of men just taking things overboard. Has nothing to do with the subject, but either way. When I was younger, I made Kool-Aid. And so when I made the Kool-Aid, my mom let me make Kool-Aid for the first time, whatever. So I put like so much sugar in there. And my little brother, he goes and takes just one little sip of the Kool-Aid. And he sits up there, takes the sip, and then falls on the floor. And I'm like, and starts shaking. I'm like, what the, I'm looking at him, mom looking at him. And it's like, what's wrong with you? Oh, I'm having a sugar attack. I'm like, what the heck? Like, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's still individuality. I like sugary KoolAid. That's just me, okay? But anyway, but no matter what, you have to be yourself. You won't be comfortable being someone else. It's God put you on this earth to be you and to be yourself. So why would you waste your life being like someone else or whatever? And then once you get older, you don't even recognize who you are, because the whole time of your life, what have you been doing? Trying to please other people. And then, listen, I've been a people pleaser, like for a lot of my life, put it that way. And it comes up to the point that obviously you find out you cannot please everyone. You cannot please everyone. And it's like, you try so hard and you think about it, you're pleasing these people who don't even know themselves. And then at the end of the day, but when you need something from that person or whatever, they're not even there for you. But you'll fit the molds that they need you to fit to. And then at the end of the day, you don't even know who you are. And I can talk about it because that's where I was. I was sitting there and I was pleasing everybody. And then at the end of the day, I got to look at my life and I'm like, who am I? Like, who am I? Like, who is Bubble? Who am I? And, everyone, like I said, I can be a bit crazy. I'm gonna just put it that way. Not like super crazy, like I'm a psycho type of thing. Not that serious, but like Gemini type of thing. And I change my mind quickly. And I'm on to this one day, and then I'm on to this the next day. And that's how I am. And a lot of times people aren't on that same level. And when that happens, you're painted as crazy. And then you start thinking about yourself, like, well, is something really wrong with me, or should I change, or what should I do? But you shouldn't. Like, you are who you are. God made you an individual. If you have crazy moments, which all of us women do, because we will get you, but it's like they really come out of a place of love. You shouldn't change who you are just because if it doesn't fit to someone else's mold. You have to do what's best for you. Even like I said, many times I changed my hair, or as much I changed my mind or whatever, you just can't not be yourself because it may affect someone else. Like, listen, how you do what you do isn't going to make anyone else live any longer or any shorter or whatever. It's not affecting them, as long as, like, how you wear, or how you wear your hair, how you dress or whatever, it's just not affecting someone else to that point. But no matter what you do, you're always going to have people that won't mind their own business. So you can't change that. You'll always have people somewhere who's going to say something about you one way or another. So why not live the best life you can live? Why not enjoy the life that you have? At the end of the day, you don't want to be sitting up here like, dang, I should have really did what I was supposed to do in my life, but I didn't because such and such was saying that or whatever. But you think about it. They're living a life that they want to live. They ain't worried about you. They ain't going to stop anything that they're doing because you don't like it. So it's best to express your individuality. You know, if you want to wear purple hair, as long as you don't get fired or something like that, you know, if it's not affecting anybody else, it's not going to make you lose your job or whatever, the child, please wear your hair the way you want to. And it's not just about hair, but, you know, you should never stop being who you are for the sake of other people. You know, you're on this life, like we always say, for that dash. What you going to do in that dash? Are you going to be afraid to even conquer your dreams because of whatever? You were put on here for a purpose. Live it, honey. Ain't nobody stopping you from doing it. So don't let anyone stop you. Do what you have to do. And, you know, I mean, no matter what is your life. You know, that's something you always talk about, but that is your life. You can do whatever you want to do with it. Enjoy it. Because you only get one as far as we know. So, but, as always, realize that you are a triple threat and you are worthy, worth it, and priceless. Until next time, bye.